6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter 30th Anniversary.
Welcome to the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter on a Friday night that is not really high school focused. It's all focused on Michigan State. Season opener for the Spartans tonight against Western Michigan. And wow, a packed house at Spartan Stadium. Everybody was very excited about this game. Campus was buzzing.
Absolutely. It was absolutely incredible. So many storylines to go through it. New transfers, new people that we wanted to see, as well as that matchup between Peyton Thorne and his dad, Jeff Thorne. Let's get you out to the highlights. A sold-out student section was fired up, and the woodshed was ready to welcome in the Broncos into a land of danger. Before the game, MSU quarterback Peyton Thorne had a special moment with his dad, Jeff Thorne, who's the offensive coordinator for Western. The first two MSU possessions were 3 and outs, but Thorne found one of his newest targets, freshman Jeremy Bernard, who cuts upfield, and he's gone 44 yards to the house, getting MSU on the board. Not a bad way for your first catch as a Spartan. Second quarter, Spartans looking to go to the air again. This time, Thorne looking for Keon Coleman, who adjusted, brings it in for a 41-yard touchdown to put him in a frenzy. This one looked all wrapped up by halftime, but the Broncos don't go down easy. Handing it off to Sean Tyler, who fights his way in for the touchdown, making it a one-possession game. Then on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, Mel Tucker going for it, having trust in his young offensive line, and they hand it off to Jalen Berger. Berger gets his way in for the touchdown. Toughness prevails as the Spartans will go on to win it 35-13, and Thorne had high praise for Berger.
Yeah, Jalen played really well today. We've seen that from him for a while now. We knew we had a pretty good back. We have a few good backs, and then, he's shown good things. I thought Jared played well too. And then the guys that were in there, not as much. They did a good job from what I remember. We'll watch the film and see how everybody played. But yeah, I thought he had a good day. I don't know his official stats or anything, but I thought he ran the ball really well.
Well, now that we've heard from the man of the night in Peyton Thorne, it's time to hear from our man, Ian Kress. Peyton Thorne had a nice night, 4 touchdowns for 233 yards, but honestly, what stood out even more was this. It was the night of the transfers. How did Spartan Stadium react following Jalen Berger's 1-yard touchdown?
Hey, Audrey, yeah, so much was said in the offseason about how MSU can replace Kenneth Walker, and that's almost not impossible to do. But MSU showed they can replace Walker. Now, they can't exactly live up to that caliber, but Berger showed that he is capable of filling in the void that Walker left, as he had 120 yards on the ground. That big 50-yard run he had in the second half was the most of that. But he also, as a team, MSU had 197 yards altogether, and that was between Jalen Berger and Jared Broussard. So the running game sure did seem to work tonight. In another transfer that everyone should be looking out for, Jacoby Windman, who came into MSU as a linebacker but made the move to defensive end last week, and he had 4 sacks today, becoming MSU's first player with 4 sacks since 2003. And Nick, if you're listening, I want you to remember a month ago you asked me who MSU's most impactful transfer was going to be after seeing what Walker did last year. I said Windman, because he has a highlight tape on YouTube from UNLV, and he was a beast, and he showed that tonight.
Well, Ian, too, I want to ask you this. Obviously, we were able to see Jeremy Bernard make his first touchdown as a Spartan. That had to ignite Spartan Stadium as well. And you said that you have an interesting story about that touchdown.
Yeah, Audrey, that's right, because on that play, it was 3rd and 5, and I saw Jalen Naylor and Keon Coleman, MSU's top 2 wide receivers, they left the field. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, what exactly are they doing? Well, Thorne throws to Bernard, and he took it to the house, showing he is a freakish true freshman. So MSU certainly has a lot of playmakers to keep your eyes on, especially at the wide receiver position. It is why Jaden Reed said he believes the team is capable of being the best in the Big Ten. We saw that tonight as MSU moves to 1-0, and now it's on to Akron next week. For now, though, reporting live inside of Spartan Stadium, Ian Kress, 6 Sports.
All right, thank you, E. Really appreciate it. Nice job out there. And now that Michigan State has its season opener in the books, up next, Nick, is Michigan. Jim Harbaugh will begin his 8th season at the helm of the Wolverines tomorrow at high noon against Colorado State. And for Cade McNamara's sake, hopefully he performs well in his first start of the season because his future is counting on it.
Yeah, this game kind of seems like a test to see what McNamara could do against a team like Colorado State, because after week 1, the duties of the starting quarterback go over to sophomore QB J.J. McCarthy. Then in week 3, head coach Jim Harbaugh and his staff will both evaluate the games and then decide which will be the starter moving forward. And when spending time with the Wolverines this past week, Harbaugh didn't specifically say what things he wants to see from both QBs, only that he's going to be evaluating them very closely. This switcheroo from week 1 to week 2 is confusing for a lot of us who thinks it wouldn't be a good idea for the flow of the Wolverines offense. But what do the players think of both quarterbacks?
They got a little different play style, both of them. JJ likes to extend a play, so to say, run out of the pocket, try to extend it. Cade's more of he'll sit in there, but he'll also run too. So, they have a little bit different play style, but in our eyes, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm here to play ball. That's about it. So, this goes back to trust. Trusting that the coach is going to put the best guy out there, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. Whoever's going to play is going to play, and you got to know that that's the better option.
Well, just like in East Lansing, the expectations in Ann Arbor are also sky high for Harbaugh and co. The Wolverines made their first ever appearance in the college football playoff last season, while also finishing the year with a 12-2 record. And it's one reason why defensive back Jermon Green wanted to come back for another year. Losing to Georgia in that fashion didn't sit well with him.
It just gave me like a fuel to just say I'm not finished for real. We didn't win the game, but I feel like I had a better game than I had all throughout the whole season. And the reason of that is because I was watching Vince and DJ had a great season whenever I was hurt. And so that basically was like the fuel of saying like, yeah, I'm not even finished. I want to come back this year. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, speaking of the college football playoff, it is expanding. After years of speculation, the wait is over.
And its board of managers unanimously voted today to expand the current playoff system to 12 teams, and the hope is that it will begin in the season of 2026.
Yeah, the new format for the college football playoff will include the 6 highest-ranked conference champions and the next highest-ranked teams in the country. Can you imagine if this were in place last year? Michigan State would have played Baylor, and if the Spartans would have won the game, they would have moved on to face Michigan.
Wow.
How wild would that have been, right, Haley?
Oh my gosh, so wild. Just like tonight's showdown in Jackson, of course, MSU season opener was our big game on the 5th quarter. But when it comes to our prepsters, the main event at Jackson was Lumen Christi. That is why it's our Dean Trailways bus was out there in full force. The Titans welcomed Traverse City St. Francis to town, and we're going to show you how this one went down when we come back.
Catch all the high school sports action with the Dean Trailways 5th quarter 30th anniversary. Friday nights at 11:15 on WLNS.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Alyssa Slutkin talks big,
I refuse to let partisan politics hold this country back.
but folds every time. She's voted with Biden 100%. Didn't stand up once. On wasteful spending, she folded. Doubling the size of the IRS, fold. Tax increase on nearly every income group, folded again. The only time Alyssa Slutkin doesn't fold to Biden is when she's talking to you. Weak, partisan, 100% Alyssa Slutkin. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Right now, the power to change your future is at your fingertips.
Custom order a new 2023 Ford SUV today. Only from your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer.
Are you a referee?
Apple, Omaha,
Illegal substitution.
Pylon,
Interception.
How many words? Breaking into words.
Oh, I knew it. Helmet catch.
Stop guessing the helmet catch.
Isn't the Caesars Sportsbook app with Caesars rewards where the more you play, the more stuff you earn, and they have fast payouts because Caesar is the man? Yes! Is that a thing?
How is that even possible?
Nice job, Coach.
It's 27 words. Worst clues ever.
Pretty obvious.
Impossible. Who guesses that?
Who was my favorite, Auntie?
Alyssa Slotkin wants more of your money.
Hey, so I'm your bank?
You can bank on Slotkin, raising taxes. Slotkin's tax increases cost everyone, forcing working-class Americans to pay for billions in new taxes. And Slotkin's stuck with her party, backing trillions in spending, wasting COVID relief on ski slopes, golf courses, and a luxury hotel. Higher taxes, wasteful spending. That's Alyssa Slotkin. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
They're more than just a means to get us to work or carry us to our favorite getaways. They reflect our personalities and connect us to the world. Knowing that your insurance provider is along for the ride offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. Many of our high school squads hit the gridiron last night, but in J-Town this evening, the only show in town was the battle between Jackson Lumen Christi, in Traverse City, St. Francis. That's why the Dean Trailways bus made the trek to Titan Country, and boy, it was a goodie. Garrett Haffaday gets the handoff, and he's going to find the end zone for 6. The Titans get the early lead 7-0. Lumen Christi looking to answer back. Joe Lathers rolls and will dodge and dip his way into the promised land. This game was a scoring frenzy tonight, but for every Titan touchdown, the Gladiators had a response. Wyatt Hagelstein sends one deep, and check out this catch. Burke Flowers bobbles it, but he reels that in tight. Traverse City St. Francis comes out on top with the win, 42-35.
Well, let's check in on some of our 8-player scores from schools in our area. Over in Fulton, the Pirates hosted Sacred Heart, getting the win 48-35. Some other 8-player scores you should know about. Morris got a big win on the road, taking down Vestaburg 68-14. And Weberville couldn't handle the Mustangs of Blanchard Montebella 68-20, the final. All right, now that we're all caught up on today's high school games, let's relive some rivalries.
Yeah, let's, because the matchups were off the charts entertaining last night. Not only did Mason break a nearly 50-year-old record, but DeWitt broke in its shiny new turf field in style. In case you missed the Panthers' last-minute theatrics to help them improve to 2-0 on the year, we got you covered here on the Dean Trailways fifth quarter when we return. So grab a snack and meet us right back.
Keep up with Michigan State Athletics with the official MSU Federal Credit Union Coaches Show, straight from the MSU campus to you.
Some more?
Wait till you see me on the downhill.
See you at home.
Enjoy advanced safety at the Lexus Golden Opportunity sales event.
Look to the road for your dream career. CAT is seeking bus operators and mechanics. Operators receive a $2,500 signing bonus and starting pay of $17.50 per hour. Mechanics receive a $5,000 signing bonus and starting pay of $30.75 per hour. Interested in pursuing your dream career? CAT is hosting a job fair on September 15th from 7 to 7 in the former Sears building at the Fram Door Shopping Center. Join us and begin achieving your dreams with CATA.
If your AC just isn't cold enough, it's time to call Vredavogue. Cool down your house with an air conditioner tune-up now and save. For a limited time, get an AC tune-up for just $78. Trust the cooling experts at Vredavogue. Just $78 to keep your system running smoothly and efficiently. And if it's time for a new AC, we're here for you with special financing and professional installation. Vredavogue. We're here when you need us most.
What if we didn't have to miss out? What if our yearning to go was always possible? What if we chose good friends in familiar places. What if we just listened to that voice that said, come on, let's go. Our get-togethers that are long overdue. Trust Indian Trails to get you there.
As a child, I had multiple ear infections, which resulted in decreased hearing and speech delays. Thanks to my mom's persistence, I saw an audiologist who helped. Now I get to improve hearing and change lives.
Hearing starts here at Advanced Audiology.
Discover intuitive technology at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. Thursday night's high school football game should have been just called Rockin' Rivalry Night because the games we witnessed were tough wins for big bragging rights.
Yeah, one of the best games we saw was between Mason and Holt. The Cedar Street rivalry was renewed last year, and Holt beat Mason by 30 points. So the Bulldogs were hungry for some payback. The beautiful rivalry trophy had a great seat to see these two historic programs battle it out. And when we got there at halftime, Mason already had a 21-6 lead over the Rams. Holt was able to connect on a 30-yard touchdown pass from Seneca Moore to Ryan Davis. But the whole game, it was just too much strength in the trenches from the Mason, who got their first win in the Cedar Street rivalry since 1976. So we had to ask Mason head coach Gary Houghton what stood out to him in this win.
I think it was the first two drives. We were able to jump on them so quickly and get two scores on the board before they were able to respond. And it really, to get on top of somebody like that is a great momentum builder. And sometimes it changes what the other team's trying to accomplish. So I think it was a great start for us was the key. That's the one that really stuck out for me.
Well, another rock-solid game from last night came from two of our local powerhouse programs.
Yeah, no matter how much talent graduates from DeWitt and Portland each year, they still manage to put on an absolute show. Portland took a 1-point lead with 1 minute remaining, but the Panthers marched right down the field and scored the go-ahead touchdown with under 20 seconds to go. Bryce Kearns was the one responsible for the game winner, as well as plenty of other things in last night's dub. The senior also threw a touchdown, had a clutch interception in the second half. He's turned himself into DeWitt's Mr. Reliable after the loss of last year's senior class, and he's the reason the Panthers are 2-0.
He was the dude tonight for sure. You know, I mean, we played him both a quarterback and a receiver, and he made so many plays tonight. I mean, what an athlete he is, and he's a quiet leader, but there's confidence whenever he's got the ball in his hands on the team, and you can see why tonight.
It comes down to our coaches. Our coaches are the best in the state. They come up with great game plans, so I give all my credit to them.
After a tough week one for the reigning Division 6 state champs, Lansing Catholic was looking to get its ship turned around last night against rival Williamston. The Hornets took the early lead, and it was all thanks to plays like this from Max McCoon that kept the Cougs out of the game. Williamston's defense was firing on all cylinders, and offensively they had just as good of a night. Quarterback Alex Petersburg had over 200 all-purpose yards to help Williamston pick up a statement win, and trust me, the Hornets were more than happy to hand the Cougs their first 2-0 start to the season since 2013.
It's outstanding, especially for all the coaches who have been here. It's been 12 years since we beat LCC, so I mean, there's nothing else we wanted more for the last 12 years, as we said, and we got it done today. We knew it was going to be a tough game, but we prepared all week. We knew what they were going to bring, and we were the better team today.
It's been an amazing start. I mean, it was a struggle a little bit tonight, but our kids came through, and obviously Alex Petersburg, all those guys made big plays for us. Offensive line, defense came up big, so very proud of our guys just for coming through. Adversity in the first half and coming through and finishing strong.
So now week 2 of the high school football season in the books, and as you opener tomorrow's Michigan, we're headed to Ann Arbor.
Yay.
See you then.